We've seen Solana grow to $150 billion market cap last bull cycle. I think it's not impossible because there will be more capital in the market. So I believe it's possible to reach about $200 billion of market cap for Injective because they bring something new to the table to differentiate themselves in terms of layer ones. They're really fast. They have their order book kind of mechanism built into the chain, which is very useful for all kinds of dexes and centralized exchange, and then all kinds of financial application. Even my own project, Smooth, I'm thinking I should just build it on Injective. So that would put a price tag of around 1,500 per Injective. So that's why I'm quite bullish on it.
In this video, we're going to make a case for why Injective could be the next Solana. To be clear, the tech is different from Solana, and this is not financial advice, nor am I an investor in Injective. However, I do know the team. I've met Eric several times and Mirza, so from a team perspective, I have a lot of respect for those guys. If you like educational content that doesn't just focus on price, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Looking at Injective on CoinMarketCap, they've already grown over 3,000% over the course of 1 year. Is it realistic for it to continue to grow?
So I compared a lot of layer ones across their all-time high and how many bull cycle they've been through. And if you look at Injective, they launched just before the crypto crash in 2021. And compared to their all-time high, there's nobody that invested in Injective that is underwater right now. So there's no baggage of sell pressure. When people buy into a project and it crashed 90%, as soon as people recover their money a year or two later, they kind of want to sell and just recover their initial investment. In this case, it's not possible because if you look at Injective, it's at an all-time high right now. So let's say before 2021, they pumped up quite a bit. Then they crashed, but they didn't crash as massively as other projects. And they survived quite well the bear market, in my opinion. And now they are on the growth phase. So I think it's going to do well. And if you look at my table, I would say that in terms of market cap, fully diluted, it's not that bad, to be honest. I would even believe that if you look at Solana, they grew in the last bull cycle to $150 billion of market cap. And I believe that they will have another all-time high this bull market. But the point here is that it was their kind of a first bull cycle. So they managed to grow that much in one cycle. So I believe that because they've been around and now they already punched through their all-time high, I think it's not impossible that they could reach $150 billion market cap. 4 billion to 150 billion, it's still quite a lot of growth.
There's still plenty of room to grow, and Injective is showing a lot of resemblance to how Solana did its first bull run. And the fact that Injective is already at an all-time high is actually an advantage because there's less sell pressure. Investors are in the green. But as always with Patrick, we have to look at the tokenomics.
In the crypto industry, there's kind of two types of VCs. There's the VC that are just there to do a quick pump and dump, that they want to vest and they will sell. And then there's VCs that are more coming from the tech industry, like let's say Mark Cuban, that are not necessarily looking for a quick exit. So I think that's what made them survive, is that the investors that they had were good investors that were not really in a rush to cash in their profits. And most likely, if they were looking to cash in profits, they probably did OTC deals that didn't affect the share price. If you look at the vesting of the tokens at this point, we're pretty much at the end. There's one more token vesting that is about to happen, but then it's finished. After that, all of the supply is currently on the market and able to be traded. So to me, in terms of tokenomics, that's a really good sign. I've been a bit more afraid early on, but now that we've seen that they've survived, despite those token unlocks, I think it's a really good sign that this will do really well.
So we're pretty much in the clear when it comes to the vesting schedule. From an investing perspective and tokenomics perspective, it looks good, but I'm not convinced unless I understand the tech. What do they have to offer that's unique?
There's very few layer one chains that are targeting the trading kind of narrative. What's interesting with their chain is that it comes with an order book system on the chain itself. So that means that if you're a crypto exchange, whether it's decentralized or centralized, you can use Injective as your backend. So that's a really good use case to attract financial applications, which is to me a very big niche that should do really well with DeFi and TradeFi this bull cycle.
If you believe that DeFi and TradFi will be the narrative, the next bull run, then this is another reason to like Injective. There's an Injective Builders Telegram chat that I'm in, where there's a lot of collaboration and questions happening around the development. And there are more applications that are coming to fruition. But Patrick, is there one that you're really paying close attention to?
Yeah, Helix will be the first one I really investigate deeper, because I do a lot of my market making with grid bots, and Helix is basically a kind of a, I would say, a decentralized way to do grid bot farming on an exchange. So I think it's a Dex, but it has the built-in grid bot system. So I'll be using Helix in the next week or two to test it out. But what's interesting is that for decentralized exchange, you don't really see grid bots available from the start. So that's really common in centralized exchange, but not on decentralized exchange. So for me, I don't like to do day trading too much. So grid bots is a good way to do what I do.
Sounds like a good solution. But what are grid bots?
You put a range. Let's say that you believe in the next few weeks or few months, the lower price of the token could be 10 cents, but the upper range could be $1. You specify the range, then you specify how many grids there is in between, and then you specify the amount of capital that you put in. And basically, you either do that as a long or as a short. And then whenever the price, let's say it's a long, whenever the price goes down compared to the current price, you will buy back the token. And then when the price go up, you sell the token. And then you keep making pairs of trade between your grids. So it keep going up and down because there's fluctuation all the time, and you keep accumulating profitable pairs of trades. Some people don't like that because if you're like a market that is trending up really aggressively, like a pumping basically, you are basically there's an opportunity cost of that. You would be better off just buying the token and holding and then selling, because every time you sell along the way, you sacrifice some of the upside.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the advantage is when it's a sideways market, you accumulate quite a lot of yield.
I'm not a trader, but I can see how this solution is very useful for the traders out there. What are your thoughts on Injective? Do you own any Injective tokens or plan to build on Injective? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out networkspotlight.io and apply to join the Web3 community where you'll find members like Mirza of Injective. I'll catch you in the next video.